Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to do a dual showcase, and we're going to showcase the new banner unit Krillin and Tien. The reason I'm going to show them together is they're run basically on the same team, and they are like best linking partners for each other, so why not use them together, right? So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm especially excited about this Krillin. I really like this guy. Just a 130 leader skill, nothing I would go crazy about. It is notable though that he does have two categories, which is a little less common on these banner units. They're usually just like one category for 130, so giving him two is kind of cool, I guess. And then his super attack raises attack for one turn, does supreme damage, and lowers attack. And then, oh wow, I'm just not used to this. Like, he has active and standby, and they're just like blank. I guess this came with standby, right, where we get all the slots now. So yeah, I'm not used to seeing those all blank there. So his passive is attack and defense 150, an additional attack and defense 100 while performing a super, World Tournament category allies key to an attack and defense 40, 2 key and an additional attack and defense 100, high chance of performing a crit for 4 turns after receiving an attack, reduces damage by 20%, plus an additional damage reduction of 20 before attacking, and then another 20% when facing one enemy. So the reason why I like the way this Krillin is built is before attacking, he has 60% damage reduction, and he gets 100% attack and defense on super. So he gets a ton of his defense on super, and normally the issue with these units is they're really weak, you know, in slot 1. Well, this Krillin now is designed that, like, he actually kind of wants to get hit. He gets more stuff in his passive, but they give him an extra 20% damage reduction to compensate that. Then after attacking, his defense is going to shoot up a ton, and then he goes down to 40% damage reduction, but he's got the extra defense with it. So I really like the way he's built, and then with the damage reduction and the support, like, I think he's very good, right? Let's look at Tien. So Tien also getting 2 categories for 130, Worthy Rivals and World Tournament. Super attack effect is raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage and a medium chance to stun. Okay. Then his passive is key 3 attack and defense 100. He launches 3 guaranteed additionals, each that has a high chance of becoming a super attack, plus an additional attack plus 100 while performing a super. Oh god, this Tien's kind of crazy, actually. When performing super, and then plus an additional attack and defense 44 within the same turn with each super attack performed. High chance of evading when facing one enemy. So the reason why this Tien is crazy, this is a unit at 55% that can quad super. And then at 55% with equips or like with dupes and you got him potential, he could quintuple super. Now that's so significant because he gets... He gets attack 100 on super, but he gets that 44% that's going to stack up each time he supers. And then his super attack effect is still another attack and defense raise. So this guy's somebody that, like, when you see his start of turn stats, they're not going to look good. But as this guy supers, his numbers just go crazy. So if this guy quad supers or quintuple supers, I think his defense is actually pretty dang good. And he's going to be outputting, I think, a lot of damage with all that. So I was able to give him 6 additional. I do think crit is really important on Tien as well. Because he's a unit that has a lot of built-in additionals, and these could be additional normals. So crit is very important. So I think this is a guy I would be okay putting dodge on. But since he already has dodge in his kit, and like additionals and crit are kind of really important for him, I don't know if I would. Now, additionals, you don't have to go like as high as usual, because each of his 4 attacks that he has guaranteed have a chance to proc it. I would say if you can get him to like 10 or 11 additional, that's probably good enough. Because that's like a 20% proc chance, and you're going to have 4 chances to hit that every turn. So you don't want to give them like 30 additional or like 25 additional or anything crazy. I would say go like 10 to 15. I think 15 might even be a little bit too much. And then I would funnel a bunch into crit, because he's going to get a bunch of additional normals, and the crit's going to be pretty important for him, right? And the Krillin and Tien, they're pretty highly link leveled. I put a lot into them. The Krillin, by the way, is a 69%, and the Tien is a 55%. All right, well, let's take a look here. So Krillin turn 1, he's only at 166k defense. Remember, he gets a bunch of defense on super. He gets more defense when he gets hit. He's got damage reduction, right? So let's let Krillin attack here, and then we'll have Tien go here. Now, Tien's defense was really low, right? Like only 100k. But remember, he's going to get a bunch of defense as he's supering and building up. He just needs to, you know, we want him to get at least maybe 3 supers, right? All right, so Krillin just eating a super right away, but he's got damage reduction, so yeah, totally fine. He got an attack and defense buff. Dude, in 6.3 million. This is like a support unit. Wow. Oh, that's pretty good for Krillin, 6 mil, and with how defensive he is. Now, Tien's attack stats won't blow you away, but he attacks a bajillion times. So 3 mil. Now, watch as we get additional supers here, which I hope we do. All right, there's a normal. This is why you want crit, and we got it. All right, here's another super, 3.9. And this should end the Vegeta. But this is somebody that as he's hitting those additional supers, you are going to notice it, because that 44% in his passive that only lasts for the turn, those are going to be big bumps that happens while he attacks, right? All right, so that's pretty good showing for my boy Krillin there. I'm just going to say that. I think the Tien is a character that is going to look way better rainbowed. Like, dupes are probably way more important for him. The thing is I wouldn't stress about trying to rainbow Tien or anything, though. Just because Tien's in an odd spot in that he's pretty much a damage dealer. So you have to compare him to like Dokkan Fest and stuff. And even though it's like really cool that he can like quintuple super and like overall like on a turn he can do decent damage, he's still not going to compare what like Prime Dokkan Fest and like LRs are going to do. And so is Tien really a unit you want to just run in slot 3? Like I think he can work in slot 3 just in that he can do a bunch of attacks at the end and then he does have dodge chance to live. But if you can, you probably want somebody that's either orb changing or supporting in slot 3. So the way I see Tien, I think he would fit the mold of a slot 3 character if you don't have a proper option for maybe difficult content. And then you just hope that if Tien's going to get supered in like red zone, that he either dodges it or he like quad or quintuple supers and his defense is actually enough to tank it. I feel like a unit like Tien, it's really hard to calc what his defense is because he's got so many moving parts in his kit to where it's being added in. I wouldn't even be able to tell you what it is. I'm just going to say, based on my knowledge of the game with all of the different places he's getting defense from, I'm going to guess it's fairly decent, right? If he like quad or quintuple supers. And I'm sure someone online has those numbers. All right, so Krillin now, turn 2. Because we got hit last turn, that buff now sticks for 4 turns. So, dude, my boy Krillin's at 375k defense. He's going to get another 100% on super. Pretty good. Tien's at 121, which isn't great, but once again, so much of his defense is behind the scenes. Like, we don't actually see it. So we just want to see how much my boy Tien is going to be attacking here. I think if you did want to run this as a rotation, you could, and I feel like Krillin slot 1 is really the way to go, because he's got 60% damage reduction, right? Now he's down to 40%, but he gets a big 100% defense raise. So he's at, like, I don't know, 600k defense or something right there. He's got 40% damage reduction. All right, Tien at 3.2. Let's get a bunch of supers now for Tien. Give me a quad super turn. There's one. Oh, nope, a normal right away. Okay. All right, there's 2 supers, 4.2. So you see the attack going up quite a bit. All right, give me a third. Give me a third, Tien. There's the third super at 5.3. So once again, Tien is a unit that, like, as he supers and builds up, like, his attack will actually get pretty nasty. And I did see a Rainbow showcase on him, and I believe Rainbowed, he's going to start out at 5 mil and then build up from there. So I think Tien is actually quite capable of outputting a lot of damage. He's just a unit. So he's a unit that I'm going to be really excited at, like, as I pull dupes of him, like, off banner, just as, like, an unfeatured character. I'm going to be really excited to get him Rainbowed one day and really see what he can do, like, if he, like, quad supers. Like, he's going to output a lot of damage. And like I said, I think crits are going to be really important on him. Get him a lot of damage with that. All right, so we'll let Goku go and do his thing here. This is a turn where I'm pretty sure Vegeta's going to live. He's got type advantage on everybody here. Unless this Goku decides to, like, crit a bunch. Oh yeah, he's got effective against all types. Never mind. Yeah, Jirobi shouldn't do any damage though. So yeah, this Vegeta's still going to have a lot of health. Tien is going to rip this Vegeta to shreds. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So we're definitely going to let Krillin attack first. Yeah, Jirobi with the dodging. Yeah, dude, he gets hit once and then he can, like, dodge like crazy. Alright, so Krillin in slot 1 for sure. We are not using that active skill. Krillin's defense. All right, yep, so now he's down back to 177. So he's got to get hit again. Then he's going to get a big chunk of defense back, right? So let's go ahead and hit that. Tien. And Tien's defense should still be pretty low, right? Yeah, only 100-something K. Once again, I wish Dokkan would let us see the defense mid-turn. I would love to see what it is like when he's done attacking. All right, now Krillin's got a big chunk of defense. 6 mils again. Dude, I'm really happy with Krillin's numbers, man. He's just jumping out of the gate with like 5 to 6 mil attack stats, supporting damage reduction. Like, this shouldn't do anything, I don't think. And I think we're type disadvantage. Or no, he's STR. Yeah, double digits. And then, okay, so Tien starting out about 3 mil again. Not too crazy. Let's see how many we can get here. All right, here's 2. Okay, we got 2. Give me a quad, Tien. I want to see a quad. I would love to see a quad. Okay. Here's 3. Up to 5 million. All right, do we get a quad this turn? We didn't even get a chance to do it. So that was what, like a 5 plus a 4 plus a 3? Yeah, it's like 10, 11-ish mil, something like that he just output for a banner unit. I will say this, Tien puts up really good numbers for a banner unit. Like, I guess if you're going to make a banner unit that's mainly about damage, like, they actually did Tien pretty well. Because he is a unit I could see, like, if he was rainbowed, I could see justification for running him on rotation. I think he can put up some really good numbers. And, you know, if you're running specifically World Tournament category, like, the World Tournament category is still weak enough where that Tien is, like, a really nice option to slot in. It's not like World Tournament is, like, godly or anything, but they did get some major upgrades right here. But, like, yeah, would I rather just run Piccolo Jr.? Yeah, I would just put Piccolo Jr. on this team. He actually shares 3 links with Goku. He's actually an okay linking partner just based on Fierce Battle and 2 Dragon Ball Saga links. That's really what they link together, and it's enough. Obviously, Piccolo Jr., you want big bad bosses, but, like, yeah, 3 links with Goku. This Goku's actually one of his best linking partners, crazy enough. Alright, Goku. Let's do your thing here. This Goku, I think, is a unit that can seem deceiving to people because he looks actually pretty weak, like, early on. But he's, like, the definition of a build-up unit. He has to get hit a ton, like 10 times. He's got to guard 5 times. When Goku's fully built up, though, he's looking really nice. But I don't know. For me, personally, I kind of like... Just personally, I'm not saying, like, that he's the better unit necessarily, but I kind of like just Piccolo Jr. better. Just because he's I don't know, I feel like he's a little bit more fun. He's a very unique character. I really like his design. Alright, so now Krillin, he got hit last turn. 300k start a turn. So, yeah, and Krillin's guarding here, so we're for sure. He's got guarding and then 60% damage reduction on these first couple attacks. So he's definitely not going to take anything here. Yajirobe with the goated support for 3 turns. Yajirobe's just one of the best slot 3 units in the game. And Krillin just consistently hitting that 6.3. Looking very good. Alright, Tien starting out at 3 mil again. Very consistent. So I think we'll make this the last turn. I mean, at this point, we're seeing just the same stats over and over again. We've pretty much seen what these guys can do. Maybe Tien will give me the quad here. Here's a double super. So at 55%, we're going 3 mil, and then 4 mil, and then about 5 mil. He's gaining about a mil per super, which is pretty good. Alright, yep, now we're up to 5 mil. Very consistent. Can I get another one? Because I do have a small chance for hidden potential here. Do we get another one? Oh, we didn't. Oh, but he dodged, so we got to see Tien's dodge come through. Very nice. So anyways, guys, there you go. There's Tien and Krillin. I think they're very good units. They did the banner units really well. Banner units have been kind of iffy on Dokkan recently, so to get a couple of really good ones here for a category that desperately needed it, very good. So let me know what you think of these guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.